Well, it's Saturday and I was doing some stuff with a sabre saw. You all know what I mean by a sabre saw, you know, one of those horrible sort of electric things with a battery on it and a blade. And when I bought it, it came with one battery. Which means, of course, that I got to a point where it just ran out of battery, so I've got to stop that particular job while that charges. But there's always something else to do and something to look at. And I've dragged this out of the brambles that had grown all over it. That's an interesting piece of garden art, isn't it? When I first came here, this was in the garden with, I'll call it a burning bin standing on it. Not entirely sure what it is. You know, I'm going to say it's a plough, but it hasn't got a plough blade or anything. And no idea how old it is. What I do know is the wheel doesn't go round and the depth screw thing doesn't turn. Hardly a surprise, you know, when you look at how that's sort of all rusted together. But I think what that needs is a top on there to make a garden coffee table. It's bent, isn't it? It's sort of over time. It's, you know, there's things that just don't look quite right with it, and I think I need to put something on the handles, because every time I walk past it I bang myself on these, which is not very good. We'll call it a plough. If any of you know better than that, well, you know, let me know. But it's not the sort of thing that you've all got in your garden, is it? I think I probably ought to get that axle pin out and make that wheel go round. It will make it a much more useful coffee table if it sort of moves, won't it? We might give it a bit of a bash and straighten some of the bent bits. And then I suppose I need to find some of that lacquer varnishy stuff that you all put on rusty things to stop it getting rustier. Don't think there's a point in trying to clean it and paint it, because it's, you know, it's never going to look factory fresh again, is it? Yeah, a little inspection. I don't think I dare risk battering this with an hammer or anything. That is just about completely wasted away. So I think we'll just leave as is. I might run a brush over it, and as I say, we'll think about what we can chuck on it to preserve it rather than restore it. If I wanted one of whatever it is, I'm sure I could find a much nicer one, but this is the one I've got.